Education is the most powerful weapon that we can use to change the whole world. Good morning, respected GTO sir and my friends. Today I choose a topic that is global terrorism. What is terrorism? Terrorism is the use of violence to create the terror and fear in the public, that is known as terrorism. And if it is happening in all over the world, that is known as global terrorism. Now let's talk about what is the present state, what is the why we are discussing about the terrorism. The first thing of discussing about the terrorism is that around 16 billion of loss every year there is just because of the terrorism. Also we can say that Asia, South Asia is the most affected region in the world to face the terrorism. Also we can say that the activities like Pulwama attack and 26/11, also 9/11, also we can say that mosque attack, these type of attack is very much common in India. Also we can say that India is not India, all over the world. Also we can say that India is 8th out of 135 country in the global terrorism index, and in that index the country which is first, it means that that is most affected region. So now let's talk about the present status. We know that in 2020 13,000 people from all over the globe died just because of the terrorist activities. So these for this reason we should stop that terrorist group. Now let's talk about what are the challenges faced by the terrorist group is stopping the terrorism. So the first challenge is that there are some countries which is funding the terrorist. For example, in a report given by the Indian Monetary Fund (IMF), it was saying that around 4 trillion of amount was given to this terrorist group just because of spreading the terrorism. Also we can say that we can take the example of the Pulwama attack, where we take Masood Azhar, Abdul Rahman Maki and the other terrorists into the United Nations. From there also there were 14 countries in the favor, but only one country, that is China, oppose that and reject that resolution into the United Nations to declare them global terrorist. So these type of thinking some countries have. They differentiate the terrorism in the good terrorism and bad terrorism. We also have the group, for example, Jasri Muhammad, Laskar-e-Taiba, Hizbul Mujahideen. So these type of group are getting strong day by day just because of these countries. And also we can say that the second reason is that lack of transparency and also lack of regulation in the cryptocurrency. We know that cryptocurrency is not a regulatory body, so almost they are getting funding from there also. Also we can say that the cyber terrorism is also much increasing day by day. For example, in India 2019 there was 45,000 cases of cyber terrorism, and 2000 sorry 40,000 cases in 2019. 2020 it was around 50,000 cases, and also if you talk about 45,000 cases, and in 2021 it was 50,000 cases of cyber terrorism. So not cyber terrorism, cyber attack also. So these type of cases are increasing day by day. So this is one reason. So we need to reduce it. Also we can say that there are some countries which is very poor. For example, the African countries, and the countries where the food is very difficult, poverty is very much high. So those children which are there, they are very much getting the money from the terrorist group, so they ultimately join the terrorist group to support their family. So I think these are the main problems we need to work upon. Also, let's talk about the third one. Let's talk about what is the solution of the terrorism. I believe that all the countries should make strong laws against the terrorism, and they should implement that law on the ground level. And also, I said that there are various groups. For example, G20, United Nations, SARC, SEO, we have different groups. So we should raise these points on the global level, and we should focus on this point, just like India is focusing in 2023 in G20 against the terrorist activities group. Same other countries should do. And also we can say that the Jammu Kashmir is also a most affected region just because of the terrorism. Now let's talk about the what are the other sources. We know that there are countries, for example, there are countries which is supporting the terrorism. So basically they IMF and the FATF should put those countries into the blacklist, so that all the countries put the sanction on it, and no country fund them, and also they did not get any loan from any other country. So by this way that country will expose, and this will implement on the ground level. So I hope that if we will able to reduce the poverty, will build the infrastructure, will focus on education, definitely will able to reduce the terrorism, not only in India but all over the world. That's all. Thank you everyone.